We've been talking about energy bills. Do you welcome Liz Truss saying that she is going to be focusing on trying to bring people's bills down, or trying to help people with their bills, and also, of course, those supply issues?
Well, Sophie, nothing I've heard from Liz Truss or the Conservatives over the summer suggests they have a real plan, whether it's dealing with soaring energy bills, rocketing fuel bills, or the NHS crisis. They don't seem to get it, and they don't seem to care. So from the Liberal Democrat perspective, the sooner we get the Conservatives out of government, the better.
What kind of Prime Minister do you expect Liz Truss to be? It feels like she's gone through, various different incarnations, I guess, in her time in Westminster. But certainly we've got a very solid view in the campaign. But how do you expect her to govern?
Well, at the moment, she's been speaking to the right of the Conservative Party and Conservative members. She's not been speaking to the country. She thinks that although her proposed tax cuts would favour the most wealthy, that's fair when you've got people struggling, millions of families and pensioners on low and middle incomes really need help, and she's favouring the most wealthy. She's set her mind against a tax on the oil and gas companies who are making huge profits, tens of billions of pounds of profits, because President Putin invaded Ukraine. Surely a British Prime Minister should be saying, let's have a fair system. Let's ask these oil and gas companies who are making billions of pounds of profit on the back of Putin's illegal invasion, get them to help pay for the sorts of support that millions of families and pensioners need. That's what Liberal Democrats would do. I've seen no sign from Liz Truss or Conservatives that they're going to do that, or that they care about these people.
We'll find out a bit more, of course, about her policy platform in the coming days and weeks. She's promised immediate action, or certainly action in the next week when it comes to energy bills. There is a feeling among some, particularly, of course, in Labour, that there needs to be a general election. Wes Streeting told me earlier that she needs to get her own mandate if she wants to deviate too much from the manifesto on which Boris Johnson was elected. Are the Lib Dems on an election footing?
First of all, we do need to pass legislation in Parliament to put a cap, to freeze the energy bills for this October. We have to provide help now. That can be done really quickly. It was a Liberal Democrat idea, the Labour Party now support it, others support it. If we did that, then there should be an election as soon as possible after that. As long as we give the help to millions of families and pensioners and to businesses, get that in place, then let's have an early general election and get rid of these Conservatives who don't seem to have the answers our country needs.
Boris Johnson, of course, is currently enjoying his last day as Prime Minister. Many things have been said about him, but the one thing is for sure is that he was an election winner. Who do you fear more at a general election, Liz Truss or Boris Johnson?
I'm looking forward to the next general election. It won't be Boris Johnson, of course. It will be Liz Truss, and we'll see what she actually does. But if you judge her by what she said, she doesn't seem to have a plan. She doesn't seem to have the ideas that are going to help people with the soaring cost of living, whether it's energy bills, with food prices. She had nothing to say about our NHS system and our care system. So, I think when she gets to the election and we can debate her, I'm increasingly confident that Liberal Democrats will have the arguments to persuade people who previously voted Conservative to come and join us. We did that in the last year, didn't we, with Boris Johnson as Prime Minister. We won 3 historic by-elections, beating the Conservatives in True Blue Buckinghamshire, in the Cheshire and Lambertshire by-election, and then in Christmas in a seat the Conservatives held for 200 years in North Shropshire, and then in East Devon earlier this summer. So Liberal Democrats have shown that we can persuade former lifelong Conservative voters to switch to the Liberal Democrats, and that's what I hope to do at the next general election with Liz Truss as the Tory leader.
OK, Sir Ed Davey, thank you very much indeed. Thank you for coming on the programme today.
Thank you.